Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray and today we continue into level 2 Megabase, where we in the last episode just got our nice copper grid up and running. And it has completely filled up in between episodes, so that is very good. In today's episode we will make a copy of this just for iron. As we know, we talked about last episode, we need about 4 of these grids to supply about 113,000, something like that we need for a 2k science minute base. I need about 130 something of iron, so we'll need about 5 of these just for iron. So in today's episode, like I said, we'll go and make one of these, and if you think that's a good idea, do remember to leave a like on the video, and if you're new to the channel, do remember to subscribe as well. So right now I want to set it up pretty much down here. It has pretty good location, also in terms of where we have some iron, to not have it transport too much around. And yeah, I think it'll be cool just having it a bit away from the one up here. So the easy way to set it up, pretty much just take a little blueprint, copy this down to here. And don't take the trains up names, don't take the trains, but just take it like this. Create blueprint and paste it down here. There we are. And as simple as that, we are making an entire iron grid. So while this is building, I'll show you a few of the things I did in between episodes, because as some of you know, or most of you know, I'm streaming the LANDFILL program over at Twitch at the moment. And last night I learned something very good. And that was, if you look at our steel grid here, as we had it set up before, when it was backing up the steel, all the iron was just idling, doing nothing. What I wanted to do then, just to have it reused or something, is that I added an output here that says, if steel is backed up, then take the output here into just a normal iron loading station. That means when we're not consuming science or stuff like that, we do have some excess iron that just want to be used. That increases the throughput of iron if steel is not being used. It might not be that useful if you think about it, but in terms of practicality and if you want to always have the maximum output of your grids, it's actually not a bad idea to do it. So I just went around, redid a few of our iron areas and set that little thing up to it. I think it's quite nice, it's a nice little improvement, and it can help quite a lot in different ways. So let's go down here and have a little look at our iron. It is gonna take a few minutes for it to be set up, but it does exactly what I wanted to do, and that's just to make a ton of iron. I'm not going to expand it out with any more than this just right now, because right now we're just making the blueprints for them. And then when all of these are built, we will be good to go. So while it's being built, let's spend a bit of time giving our robots some more to do. And what I want to spend just a few minutes doing is setting up some, what's it called? Some landfill production up here. I was debating if I should take it in by train, but I found a better solution that I wanted to do. If you know anything about landfill, and that is, it consumes a ton of iron. So, not iron, sorry, a ton of stone. So what I want to do is having each of these just hooked up to one assembly machine. I'm not going to move it around by train, as that requires a ton of things, but I'll do dedicated areas just to produce landfill. That'll consume every bit of landfill going out of these. So the design I'm going to use, I'll just show it here, is that if we have one of these making landfill, that consumes per minute more than 1 blue belt. That means we'll have to pretty much one of these for 1 blue belt. Meaning that pretty much one of these per stone patch will actually produce quite a lot of landfill for us. And if you look around here, we'll need a ton of landfill if you want to expand out our grid. So we might as well get some of that up and running. The way I'm going to do it is I'll make a little default blueprint here, like this, where we have what's called stone going in. We'll picked up with 4 inserters, because we know from our train stations that 4 inserters can pick up 1 full blue belt. And then we'll just output it into some chests. Whatever output we have, just with normal inserters here, to not take too much power. So pretty much like this, we'll consume 1 full blue belt of stone. This is pretty much what I want to add into every stone patch that we designate as to be used for landfill. So firstly, let's just hook up these. Let's go to about here to line all of it up. There, can fit the last one over here. Right here. Consuming this inside stone patch, getting out the resources down here into landfill production. The way I'm going to do it, if we go back up here, is that I'll add a few. For example, right here we can go 2 to 1, 2 to the other one, to see if we can actually get this to work. So if we do one here, we'll do one right here, saying that each of these 1, 2, just get you 2 merged together into this one. And we have 1, 2, 3 merged together into the other one. I think that'll work very, very nicely. Giving us turn, turn, turn. Blue belt going out. And not connecting you up, of course. You either. But you 2 will go down this way. 2 produced here. And these will go the opposite way to be produced down here. Yeah. And let's do you there, and just like that. So in this way, we'll consume every bit of stone being produced on this grid, sending it in, and making landfill so we can actually expand out in this area without having just a little production down here, which is very, very slow, by producing a small amount of landfill. If you look at our grids, the landfill right here, we do require 32,000 if it's completely over water. So we just wanted to fill up quite a bit. And I don't want to be limited. We'll do the same for this one up here. Just quickly hooking up whatever we need. So there. And here. Here and there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just getting that into maybe just one of these will hopefully be enough to consume everything we are producing here. So we'll say you 2 merge together that way. I'll pretty much just do you, and you'll go in. Like that, and in. And here, and there we are. So I'll make sure this consumes all the landfill we are gonna produce here as soon as this is done. So that's an easy way to get landfill without having to worry about the trains moving it around, as that is too much. It's pretty much the same as moving all the trains for these. But I just think it looks cool having this, and I wanted to do something new for once that hopefully should work. So now our little iron grid has been constructed. It was a good way to spend those 5-10 minutes just setting that up. And now we can change these. This will be iron loading. For when that starts to go, you will be iron plates. And the good thing about the way we're doing this grids is that to set it up, it takes a matter of seconds after we've gotten all of it built. But then it's all the iron loading solved. Then to solve the iron unloading, iron ore unloading, we'll just go up here, change you into iron ore, and change this one into iron ore unloading. Take that, add it to the places here. And as soon as we do this, you'll see trains start to move and deliver it down here. Might want to add in a few more trains, as we want to have some iron ore backed up. And more than this moving, because right now we can move all 6 trains at the same time and we have none waiting or loading ore. I might want to double the amount of trains we're running, just to make it a bit easier to do. Let's do this. 2, 1, 2, paste, paste, and let's just copy these as we did last time. Keep the trains, please. There we are. Let's call you iron ore train. Because having that is actually an easy way to get things up and running. There we are. Probably make a train blueprint for some of these that can actually make it work. So let's do that. That one. Take those half of you back. And you can go to depot. You can go to depot. We can then take our little blueprints, as we did before. Place it down. There we go. Give it a small amount of coal. And send you to the depot. And send you to the depot. And there we are. That just added a few more trains to it. They will sit around, they'll collect things. And look at the nice amount of iron we're already producing. Selecting one module down here. It is right there. And yeah, that is pretty much the iron grid solved. Giving us fully compressed belts out as soon as everything is running. There we go, fully compressed belt, fully compressed, oh, 3 lanes but fully compressed belt. And the same here. So that is pretty nice. If you look at how much it's producing. This is producing per second 500. It's producing 30,000 per minute right here, consuming 25,000 ore. So in terms of trains, we'll need, what's that gonna be? Each train delivers about 4,000 per run. 4,000, about 4,000 per run. So yeah, we'll need about 6 trains per minute going in to supply all of this. And that is why we'll need a lot more trains moving this around if you want to do it with trains. But yeah, probably won't continue doing that. Let's just add in a few more. Let's get another set of trains down. Already set up. Let's give it some. There's some coal on the way. There we are. 9 coal. That should be enough to get you back to the depot. You can get a nuclear fuel. And you can go to the depot. And you can go to the depot. So now it's working. It is producing. And then we'll just have to manage or check if it can actually keep up with the trains as it is right now. Or if it gets too congested. Hopefully it won't. but that is always something we'll have to keep an eye on. If you look at our landfill grid as well, that is already producing. All is being consumed, all is being consumed. As you can see, you probably couldn't have these two together because this is quite full. And up here, it is backing up a small amount. Ooh, it might because this was on a corner. It can't get it in fast enough. So let's just change that a bit. Yeah, this one on the corner is actually not optimal, because it can't grab it fast enough. So that's something to keep an eye on. We'll just do that to change it. And now it should collect it fast enough. Because we know 4 is enough, just not when one of them is in the corner. So yeah, I think this is a pretty decent place to end. A bit of a shorter episode today, but I just wanted to get this up and running, and then I wanted to get the landfill up and running so we can expand out to different parts of the base and not worry about that, as if you look at the landfill, it does require 32,000 per landfill grids in the water. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, you guys. Do comment what you think about us moving this much product by train. I know the throughput on the trains is not good in terms of what we need here, but it's what we're doing, just to see. Might have to spread it out a bit more then. And the landfill grid, do comment on that as well, if you think just adding it up like this is a good idea, or if we should move it by train instead. Do the pros and cons, and then we'll see if we can figure something cool out. So again, thanks so much for watching, guys. I've been Dgray, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.